First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. The water, Yahbashim El Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash for putting our spirit to come out here. We'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And we'd also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the beloved predestinated. You know, we say shalom to you. And if you didn't know, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those scattered abroad, according to the diaspora, just like how we're here, according to the diaspora. And then they tell Yahushai, will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach them? Which he did. He said, I'll be with you in the ends of the earth. And that's here today. And we're living in the end of an empire. We're living in the end of an age. We're living in the end of an eon. And Yahushai said, the signs of his return will be as the days of Noah. So let's start off with that.
This is the book of Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
So Yahushai said, as it was in the days of Noah. So, oh, okay. So it said, I was uncomfortable right there, brother. No, you good. So it says, read it again.
This is Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah.
Right. As it was in the days of Noah. Now, Kradazar, can you get Genesis, the 4th chapter? All right. Because the part of the days of Noah was also part of the days of Cain, if you will. The lineage of Cain, right? Because I was going into it this week, reading the Josephus. And the Josephus brings a detailed information on Cain and his lineage and the lifestyle that they were living, which led up to the time of Noah, okay? Because it says in Genesis 6 that men hearts were only evil continually. Yep. So this is why you brothers and you sisters, you got to protect yourself in your innocence. And you can't assume that the person next to you bears that same innocent, righteous spirit like you do. Mm-hmm. So you can't look at this jack walking up smiling that he means well, or this sister that she's for you. You gotta have a side eye. It says, prove thy friend. Yep. All right, there's more wicked than good right now. 2nd Ezra 8 says, they were born in vain. So we got a lot of people around us that are just set up to die. Yeah. Okay? So we have to be aware of that, man. This is why the Holy Spirit gets on false doctrines, gets on these guys. We're in a time where we're fighting to pray. And you got men charging you, man. What the fuck? Yo, Shalak Mashapayim. You know? That's wicked, man. We over here really fighting to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. What you got, Kradazar?
You said Genesis 4, right?
Yeah, you could start at 17.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis chapter 4.
Because it said as the days of Noah, right? Yep. So let's get a little into the days of Noah.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 4 and verse 16. And it says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord.
Yep. And because he murdered his brother. All right? And then here, brother, in the Josephus, I had highlighted. You could, matter of fact, you could read that if you want, but this is the meat of the matter. Okay. These parts right there.
I'll get this maybe for context.
Yeah, if you want. Well, read that for context, because this is before he went out. Okay. So read that.
This is from the book of Josephus, the works of Josephus.
He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite historian. All right.
This is page 31, chapter 2, concerning the posterity of Adam.
Yep.
And the 10 generations from him to the deluge.
The deluge meaning the flood. A mass flow of water. Now that mass flow of water is coming in a few ways. You're going to have floods of prophecy. You're going to have floods of men. You're going to have the flood which will cause a lake of fire. Mm-hmm. So a great deluge is coming. Okay? And we can see that this place needs to be washed up. And I always want to say, if you can't see that there's a problem, look at where your status is in life without having the truth, you know.
It says they had resolved to sacrifice to the Most High.
Yep.
Now Cain brought the fruits of the earth,
Which is Genesis 4.
and his husbandry, but Abel brought milk and the first fruits of his flocks. But the Most High was more delighted with the latter oblation,
Yep.
when he was honored with what grew naturally of his own accord, than he was with what was the invention of a covetous man.
So it's telling you that Cain, he ultimately didn't want to get the right sacrifice because he was covetous. Okay? So he's not in the right spirit, which is a lack of faith. When you're covetous, you're lacking faith because you don't want to let go of what you got as if the Lord can't give more. Here is the portion of a pincher. He shall leave his goods to another and die.
It says, and got him by forcing the ground, whence it was that Cain was very angry that Abel was preferred by the Most High before him.
So he envied his brother. All right? And we see that today. Okay?
And Cain was very angry that Abel was preferred by God before him, and he slew his brother,
Murdered him.
and hid his dead body.
So he buried him. So because it says that he went out and killed him, but then remember the Lord said, where's your brother? If his brother's body was laying at the crime scene, crime going back to crimson, meaning red, then you would have been able to see Abel's body. So he premeditated, murdered his brother, because that thought had to come to his mind, like Minority Report. The precogs would arrest someone because they could see in the future of what they were planning on doing. So Cain had a premeditated mindset that I'm going to kill my brother when I have the opportunity. That's why it says, go not in the way with a man where blood is nothing to him. So you got to be careful. You can't be having no gang banging associates. All right?
The movie Lockdown. He was rolling with them.
Yep.
He threw the gun in the car.
Yep. You can't have 1 foot in, man, because you're gonna get roped in. It says, meddle not, because then when you try to flee, you won't be innocent. You were there too. You know, there's so many movies show you that with Jake. So keep your ass at home. What's up, brother?
I said, that's great. I could get testimony to that. When I was first coming to the truth, I had dudes I was still dealing with that was in the streets.
Yep.
And the situation I came up, my homeboy in the world called me up because he had just stabbed somebody. He was like, yo, see me, I need you to come get me and shit. Right?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? But luckily, you know, the Lord had me at the right place at the right time. I couldn't leave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I've had to tell people that, you know? Like, yo, bro, I'm not with that.
Yeah.
I'll straight up tell you, because you got to protect yourself. You need something, brother? You got to protect yourself. You got to stand up for yourself. It's fine to say no. I'm good, man. I don't give a shit what you think I am. Because see, we blend in just enough, but don't let me show my hand to you.
Right.
You know, because if I have to, I will. You know?
Well, it says, follow not a multitude to do evil.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, bro.
I'm
Yeah, let's switch over now. Yup. So now let's get into Cain.
Okay.
Now read this again about Cain, Kratazal. You're fine. After the Lord, because everybody understands Cain was marked with a leprosy. That was the mark of Cain. He was the first so-called white man. You know? And then his family, because he buried that curse.
I would always want to know, did that actually come upon him, or did it just came later on?
It had to come right then. He said, it just hit. Well, let's get it. Go back a little.
Gotcha.
Read from 1 on down real quick. Skim it. Read it like vocab does. You know, he's...
This is the book of Genesis 4 and verse 1. It says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife,
Yep.
and she conceived and bare Cain.
Yep. Adam had more than just Cain and Abel. But you got to understand that the scriptures are records. So these are notable names that were recorded down for us. But he didn't just have Cain and Abel. Just like it wasn't just Seth, but Seth was noted because through Seth, men began to call on the name, you know?
And it says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Yup, Cain meaning traveling weapon. Quaina, I think it's pronounced.
And she again bare his brother Abel.
Yep.
And Abel was
temporary. right?
Transit.
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 Yeah, which really, the story would have been Cain and Abel, but now it's Esau and Jacob. Okay? This is why the Lord said, as it was in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, where there was the lineage of Cain.
Yep.
His sons was wilding, man. Keep going.
And it says, verse 3, Slocky, verse 2, it says, but Cain was a tiller of the ground, and in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground,
See?
an offering unto the Lord.
See, he brought the fruit. Keep going.
And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel unto his offering.
Yep.
But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
Yep.
And Cain was very wroth.
Yep. Oh, well, don't they call them the Rothschilds?
Yep.
You know, biblical humor. So which I believe they were the Bowers first, but those are Edomites. And before they were Edomites, they were Cainites. Cain had 4 sons. All right, and they were wilding. Tubal Cain, Lamech was tripping, man. All right, keep going.
And it goes on to say, verse 5, and it says, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
Yep.
And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
Right. Well, don't it say in Psalms 50, what does thou do to declare my statutes?
Right. Yep.
But you take my words and cast them behind thee. So they understood, well, one, this tells you that sacrifice was going on in the time of Adam. And 2, they understood what they had to sacrifice, because it says, let's make man in our image. As it is on heaven, let it be done on earth. So they knew how to praise their God, Yahweh. Okay? But Cain didn't want to listen. Like now, Esau don't want to listen. Keep going.
Yep. Verse 7, and it says, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
How could sin been there if there was no law?
Right.
Law was there, so sin was there. Right. All right? So it's clearly show you we have ancient ways and customs that have always been here. But a carnal man assumes the laws came through Levi.
Right.
No. The Lord had it written on stone to represent the stony heart of his people, because they couldn't keep an oral tradition. The new covenant, you know, it's not going to be needed to be written down for you to wake up and say, okay, I got to do that. Right. We're going to carry oral tradition in the kingdom, you know. Keep going.
And it says, and thou shalt, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Yeah, Cain is a man of the field. Esau is a man of the field, and the field also represents the earth.
Yep.
Now it said it slew him, right?
Yeah.
And then after it slew him, he got that mark.
Yeah. Yep.
Now let's read what happened when he got banished and he went to the land of Nod. Which you could read real quick. 4:17, or it says he went to Nod.
Okay, it says
Yep, 6 started 16.
okay. Genesis 4:16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, after he got that distinguishing mark, and that mark is the mark of being a clean leper. How Moses' hand turned leprous as snow.
Yep.
Miriam, right? Black woman today, blonde hair, right? Keep going.
And it says, and dwelt in the land of Nod.
Yep, Nod meaning wanderer. So he went to another land that was east of Eden.
Vagabond.
Keep going.
And it says, on the east of Eden.
Yep.
And Cain knew his wife.
So his ass was profane. You know?
Yeah.
And he knew his wife, so he got him some women, right?
And she conceived.
Yep.
And bare Enoch. And he builded a city.
And he builded a city.
And called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
Now let's hold it there. Now read this commentary from the book of Josephus.
This is back in the works of Josephus. It says, however, he did not accept of his punishment in order to amendment.
Amendment means correction. I will send scourges, plagues as an amendment, meaning when the Lord sends judgment, that's for you to take heed to be corrected. When the Lord sent the flood to Florida, black women got on floating cars and started twerking. Okay? That's a problem. That shows you that they need extreme judgment on a level of prophecy because they're not repenting now. We keep going.
But to increase his wickedness, for he only aimed to procure everything that was for his own bodily pleasure.
So this man was completely in the flesh. Murdered his brother, probably making himself his own version of moonshine, getting white boy wasted, and he fully embraced being a dishonorable vessel. Remember, I made one vessel of honor, a plain man dwelling in tent, plain meaning perfect, complete, righteous, tent meaning tabernacle of Yahweh, and I made another under dishonor, evil eye towards his brother, first murderer from the beginning, come to kill, steal, and destroy. He established the city by bloodshed and iniquity. How did he establish this building? By bloodshed and iniquity. Keep going.
It says, he augmented his household substance with much wealth by rapine and violence.
The word rapine means a violent taking. Like, give me this shit. All right, he takes it. Oh, damn, strong arm robbery. What did he do to Gad? He said, it's my destiny that's manifesting. He said, I couldn't put my sword down for an hour. You know? Somebody should create a timeline of an evolution of Esau's destruction, coming off the boat, raising up the sword, coming down on Jake, slowly changing to the food, and then to the pen. And they say that the pen is mightier now than the sword. Yeah. All they got to do is write it in office, and it's the hammer's coming down on us. That's really what prophecy's coming to be. War will be prophecy will be instituted through the pen. The MOTB will be instituted by law. Yeah. That's how you'll see prophecy be fulfilled. Not just everybody look under your seat and there's a mark for everyone. No, they're going to institute laws. Look how quickly, when the jump shot came around, they had advertisements, they had pictures, right? They had billboard cutouts. You had old big niggas with their arm rolled up.
Yep. Bald head niggas.
Right? From my community. I said, damn, where the hell they get all this printing from?
Yep. Propaganda.
Thank you, brother. Perfect. Where'd they get the propaganda from? So you're going to see MOTB propaganda out the woodworks when they write it in, man. And it's going to get wrote in. That's why woe to you that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievous what you have prescribed. Keep going.
It says, he excited his acquaintance.
He excited, Revelations 18, right?
To procure pleasures and spoils by robbery.
Yeah. And now you have what? Funland. This is Funland. All right? It's a festival for the flesh. And then you nasty ass Edomites in Amsterdam, they just legalized that you can have sex in the open in the park. And I said, for what? Why? How is that a person of power? You have all these things going on and you say, hey, let's say now it's legal that you can pop someone in the park. For what, man? That doesn't make sense to me in a position of power to rule. You know? Mm-hmm. Keep going.
It says, and became a great leader of men.
He became a what?
A great leader of men.
This is Cain right here. So Cain, pre-Noah, was a great leader of men because you had other nations or other people on the earth in this time, the Adamites, like how you call them now humans. Well, it's recorded as Adamites. So just like today, okay? And nations came about through men, and then you became that name, Adamite, Israelite, Edomite. But they'll start from a patriarch of a certain man. So in the time of Cain, he was gobbling up everybody he could get his hands on. And they said that he was also in the spirit of like reprocreation, where he was just trying to have as many children as he could, you know?
It says he became a great leader of men into wicked courses.
Into what?
Wicked courses.
So he introduced wickedness to men. He introduced threesomes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like things that people, y'all brothers ever see Pleasantville? It's a movie years ago, but basically it was a TV show that was modeled after the nuclear family of the 50s. And then these two kids from the 90s, they were able to go into the show, and the girl, she was loose with it. So she was introducing men to doing things, and he's like, Sherry, I've never thought like this. But that's the point. So people like I didn't think to do this kind of stuff because he's an influencer. He influenced you. Who got women to start smoking in the 1920s? Andrew Bernays, man.
Bernays, yep.
Okay? Consumerism. It's called public relations, where he figured out how to control your mind through problem reaction solution.
Yep.
What is an influencer in the world of chemistry? An influence in the world of chemistry is a certain something that you drop to cause a chain reaction. Okay? So what he did was, Andrew Bernays in the 1920s, he set up his secretary to walk down the street on Easter during the parade, smoking bogeys with a bunch of other women, and they took a whole bunch of pictures of him, and then the media made it go viral, and that's how women started smoking. So he created that, and they called it Torches of Freedom. So he introduced women to Black and Milds, man. Yeah, that's Esau for you.
That's the spirit. He over there smoking.
Exactly. So thank which proves it ain't us.
That's crazy.
That proves it ain't us.
That's crazy.
Okay?
Women smoking.
Right. But that's just the iceberg. And he was getting his breakdowns from Sigmund Freud, if I'm not mistaken his name. And those, I believe that he was a Hungarian, which to me, those are Temanites. You know? It's in the realm over there. But they're wise, evil men. Just like Lamech. Watch. Keep reading.
It says, he also introduced a change in that way of simplicity where men lived before.
Boom. So that simple life, he changed that. So now he's complicated things. And things only are complicated, Psalms 82 and 5. Things are only complicated when you cause confusion. If there's confusion, it's I got this guy I work with. I just gotta put some trim on the wall, and the way the nigga breaks it down, I'm like, what? You mean you want me to just put this 9-foot trim on the ceiling? But they cause confusion. And confusion causes contention. That's why everybody's on edge. They don't know what's going on. You know?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82, and verse 5. And it says, they know not, neither will they understand.
They know not the way of truth. They don't understand what's going on because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, in so much that Yahweh Shai said the return will be as in the days of the wicked, as in the days of Noah. So we prayed to be what? Grace found upon us as Noah did and his 3 sons.
Yep.
Okay? Keep going.
And it says, they walk on in darkness.
And the darkness is produced through the schooling and teachings of Esau. He's found a way to dumb down the people so they can't check him.
Yep.
He keeps you at level 3 and he's at 50.
Yep.
He wants to, he feeds you things to keep you docile. He floods you with women and happy and drugs,
Yep.
all the TV, right? He just does all these things to keep you from looking at him, you know?
And it says, all the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Boom. Why? Because the wicked is in power. Foundation's out of course right now, man.
Yeah.
Things ain't operating correctly. The creature has gone mad. These people don't even know they were created, man. These people don't even know that there's a creator. And it says, man, can you go to John 1? The man who created the earth walked among us. And he was rejected. You know? Just like we're rejected. You know?
This is the book of John, chapter 1. It's at verse 1.
I think 10 or 11.
Okay, I got you. Yep.
Because I know 14 says the word became flesh. But I think if you start at 10.
Yeah, got it. This is the book of John, chapter 1. And I'm starting verse 6.
There you go.
And it says, there was a man sent from the Most High,
Yeah.
whose name was John.
Yeah.
The same came for a witness.
And John came back. All right. John came back. And he came back as a man known as Abba Bivens. All right. And if I'm not mistaken, Abba Bivens was or started, or I know was a part of what you know as the Commandment Keepers. But he left them in 1969 when what? He was inspired through the Holy Spirit to bridge the New Testament with the Old. Yahweh Shai is the New Testament.
Yep.
That's why Passover's coming up, and we're gonna drink yayan in the acknowledgement that we're drinking the blood for the new covenant.
Right.
And we needed that. Keep going.
And it says, verse 7, the same came for a witness,
Yes.
to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe.
Yup, all the Israelites.
He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light.
Yup.
That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
Yeah, he lit us up. All right. When Moses went back to Egypt, he brought a light with him by a man named Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron meaning light bringer. Keep going.
Verse 10, and it says, he was in the world, and the world was made by him.
Woo! Read that one more time.
Fire.
Are we not standing on the world that was made by him?
Yeah.
And now,
Living in it.
yup. Read that again, please.
Yep. John 1 and verse 10, it says, he was in the world,
Good job, big bro.
and the world was made by him,
Yup.
and the world knew him not.
I'm sorry. The world was made by him. This is why in Genesis, for the word God, the Hebrew, they call it Elohim, but we know it's Allah, but then it's a plural, meaning Allahayim.
Yep.
Powers, judges created what we're living on. And it said the world was made for us. Let's read that again.
Yeah, and it says, he was in the world, and the world was made by him,
Yup.
and the world knew him not.
And that world is the world of Israel. So Israel, for the most, didn't what? Didn't acknowledge Yahushai. Yahushai was that rock of offense,
Yep.
but he was also a stumbling block. But that block is the cornerstone to the foundation of the third temple. You know? He's extremely important. You got something, Roy?
Yep. This is Colossians 1 and 15. Colossians 1, verse 15. It says the preeminence of a Mashiach, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature.
Wow. Proverbs 8. How did Solomon write Proverbs 8? Because King Solomon is Yahushai.
Yep.
King Melchizedek is Yahushai. Adam is Yahushai. Isaac is Yahushai. All right?
More than that.
He's a little more. It says, for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth,
Wow.
visible and invisible.
King Solomon, he said in Wisdom of Solomon, he knew the operation of elements. There's elements that can't even be seen, you know? So this is a great power that we're acknowledging. We're acknowledging our power source, you know? Now, where were we at? Was there more in that, brother?
John.
Okay, yeah, make your point.
It says, whether they be
Where were we at
thrones
after that?
or dominions
Chapter 1.
or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him.
Yep. So everything was created by him and for him.
It says, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Boom. Life.
Because what did he tell the Jews? He
Yep.
said, before Abraham was, I am.
Yep. If you believe in Moses' writings, you will believe me. And Yahushua is coming back. We're waiting on Yahushua, you know? So what y'all waiting on? We waiting on the Lord.
Right.
And then remember, Shalom, then remember Nathaniel, he went to Peter and he said, we found him.
Yeah, yep.
We found him.
Yeah, we found him.
They were looking for him. You got it, bro. Yep.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and 56. John 8 and 56. This is red letter. It says, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad.
What day was that? When he saw Melchizedek. And that was after war.
Genesis 18, 14.
14 and 18. Or 18 and 14.
Then it says 57. Then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham?
Maybe 14, 18.
And Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Right.
Then they took up stones to cast at him.
They wanted to murder him. That's why he said, you are of your father, the devil. Oh, well, that's the lesson Are you in John 8?
Yep.
You got to read that because now that's full circle.
Yep.
Barak the Abashim El Shai.
This is jumping up to verse 44, John 8 and 44.
Wow.
It says the devil's children.
Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Yeah, you ever see Menace to Society? What was his name? Cain. He said, Cain. Right? Y'all seen that movie? And you had Loke Dog, you know?
Supposed to be brothers.
And I think it was John Singleton who made that.
Yeah.
Which those movies, what it did was put a demon on Jake. Those movies depicted how Jake thought he was supposed to act. So what he was doing was acting out what he saw, and that's really how those demons was getting on him, you know?
It says, ye are of your father, the devil.
Wow.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Wow.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Who was a murderer from the beginning?
Full circle.
Cain. Full circle. So we're in the days of Noah. We got the sons of God acting like Cainites, and then we got Cain back through Esau, you know? So this whole, hey man, we on the ark looking down, like it's too much, bro.
Yeah.
It's too much, you know? This shit, it's gonna rain soon. It's gonna rain judgment. And then Yahushua gonna reign supreme, you know? We're in the days of Noah, man. Was that it on it, brother?
A little more. It says, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
Wow.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Yeah, deflection. You gotta watch that deflection demon
Yep.
too. I had to deal with that shit at work. I had two so-called white people that they had misplaced a tool, and somehow the Jake on the job is to blame. I had to pull a lawyer on him. I said, first of all, hold on. Now you said that you had the tool, right? Yeah. And then you gave the tool to who? I gave it to him. So I said, how the hell did you add me into this equation? These people are crazy, man.
Delusional.
You gotta defend yourself out here. You can't stop thinking. You can't give people the benefit of the doubt. You gotta side eye everybody. You know, you can't. Oh, this old white woman's gonna let me buy. Hell no, she ain't. Oh, look, they won't break into my house. Hell yeah, they will.
They will.
I could trust them. Well, no, you can't. Stop being a respecter of person. You know, everybody, if they handed the elect over here, is gonna die, man. You can't trust these dead people.
He speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Yeah, he's the father of lies. That's why we can't be lying one to another, man. You know? Was that it?
That was it.
Okay, we're going back to Cain now?
Yeah.
Let's go right back into Cain. We'll just do what we got to do.
Now, this is back in Genesis chapter 4 and verse, you want me to start up a little bit?
Wherever you want, brother.
Okay. I'm going to start at verse 9. And it says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. And
Liar, yes you do. You were the last person to be with him.
Right.
How now you don't know where he at? You know? Like that movie Alpha Dog. Remember they lied to that little boy?
Yeah.
You know, he said, okay, Frankie.
That was fucked up.
Fucking
Yeah.
murdered him. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
language. You murdered him, man. You murdered that dude over a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Murdered him. That was
Yeah.
a true story. Thank you,
It's a
brother.
true story, yeah.
I watched it a few times. He murdered Abel. And Abel, we'll find out the details, but Abel had to believe his brother wasn't going to do nothing because he went with him. Because if he had an idea, the outcome could have changed. That's why Jacob prayed the night before he went and saw Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And it's,
He hid his children, had to hide his wife from Esau.
hide your kids, hide your wife. Yep.
But then they say Esau is a vessel of dishonor.
Yep.
Because in war, the women and children are supposed to be off.
Yep.
Yeah.
They off-handed.
Oh, well, if a brother want to grab it, Amalek in Numbers 24, was that 20? When he came out and he slew the women and children and the old.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
that's against that's a crime against humanity.
Yes.
War crime.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a war crime. And what the hell are you slaying us for anyway? We just got out of prison. You know?
Yep.
I think it's Numbers 24. Remember it says, remember Amalek,
Yep, we're going to
what he
fight
did,
Amalek.
you know?
Yep,
Amalek,
yep,
Teman, Esau.
I got it. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20.
I'm so glad they're going into slavery.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have special chains for Edomites.
Numbers 20 and verse.
And anybody out there that believes salvation for everybody, you don't believe in justice. You don't believe in the power of justice. You don't believe in the concept of what justice is. And you're a demon. You got it?
Numbers 20, and I'm going to start at verse 14. Verse 14, and it says, and Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus said thy brother Israel.
Oh, this is that one.
Thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us. How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time.
So you knew we was in Egypt.
Right.
Why ain't he pull his card of democracy and come deliver us like he did in World War II?
Right.
Didn't he do that? We gotta go help them.
Yep.
Right? And then, hey, the Lord Belford, his painting at Cambridge just got desecrated, cut up, and red sprayed over it.
Oh, wow.
All right?
Good.
So that's an omen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of omens out here.
Yep.
And it ain't got to deal with Damien.
And it says, verse 15.
You had that soldier set himself on fire.
Yeah.
You got a lot of omens happening, man. You got it.
And it says, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers.
Which the Egyptians, now it ain't in the scriptures, but the Josephus records the reason the Egyptians were killing the male children, because one of their magicians or their magi, it says in the Josephus, not here, but it says that they had a divine revelation that a man would be born out of the Israelites and deliver the Israelites and at the same time destroy the Egyptians. Now a man was rose up by the name of who? Moses. And his father was Amram, and his mother was Jokcheb. It's hard for me to pronounce. Which they even say that Moses' father was a notable man as well, which makes sense, you know?
And it goes in say, verse 16, and when we cried unto the Lord,
Yup.
he heard our voice and sent an angel.
So you gotta cry. All right, GMS sign, cry. All right, Ezekiel 9 and 4. Why did the Lord deliver us from Egypt? Because he remembered a covenant he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that covenant he made was with a lineage of men that bear the name of the Lord. And that record, the name was the record. So we bear a record of the Creator, of the Father and the Son by having the name. You know? So that's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing that we bear as we walk. Because we're illuminated too, right?
Yeah.
But we're illuminated because of the name. Why the Lord say in Ezekiel, he deliver us for his holy name's sake.
Right.
So it behooves you as an Israelite to trust and call and pray on that name so you can get on that ark.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And it says, verse 16.
Y'all know if you give Sakari $25, they could pray for you. You know?
That's crazy.
Hey Malak, we had gave you your name, right? Did we charge you?
No.
You got it.
And it says, verse 16, and have brought us forth out of Egypt, and behold, we are in Kadesh.
Mitzrayim, right?
Yep.
What, brother? Matazarium,
Yep.
which is synonymous with the house of bondage. And we're captured servants right now, you know? And why did Moses tell Pharaoh to let the people go? That they may serve their power. We're servants, so we're here to serve. Keep going.
And it says, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards.
Right, let us take a shortcut. Right? Keep going.
Neither will we drink of the water of the wells.
Now Israel was heading where? They were heading to the land of Canaan.
Yep.
They were heading to destroy the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Girgashites, the Jebusites, okay?
Yep.
The Hittites.
Yep.
So we were going to war to establish a land, and we were given the land of Canaan because the curse that was put on Canaan through the act of Ham. You little weirdo,
Right.
looking at Noah's nakedness, you know?
And it says, verse 17, it says, we will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword.
So because Edom, which that sounds like a border, right? But now the borders are open.
Right,
Which
right,
the borders are open for a few reasons, but one of them could be a political position of power that they're creating a population of poor people that need to depend on the government. So bring all these poor homeless ass people up in here, and the people who can provide a home, food, and shelter. Now you need me, so now I have power over you.
Right. Yep.
They don't want you self-sufficient. But anyways, Esau said we couldn't pass, right? Do you know in the time of rebuilding the temple, we had a problem with the Ammonites because they said, wait a minute, you waged war on us. And we said, no, Esau didn't allow us to pass, so we had to go this way and we ended up fighting with y'all.
Right, yeah.
So it was your fault.
Yeah.
It's Esau's fault. If I'm eating some food and there's some pork in it, that's your fault, man. I ain't out here trying to eat pork. You know? Reading and greens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we gotta be like that? That's his fucking fault, man. Excuse me.
Yeah. And it says, verse 20.
Just like Cain.
Oh, it's 19, excuse me.
Just like Cain.
Yeah.
Why would there? Why Elam a freak fest? Cause of Cain. You know what I'm saying? You see them Elamites?
Yeah.
They listen. They had to chill with Cain, bro. Cause they're wilding over there.
They're wilding.
They're tripping.
Yeah.
Hey, we gonna make some eunuchs out of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping.
They're freaks.
Yeah.
Sick puppies.
Yeah.
Verse 19. And it says, and the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it.
So they're like, look, we'll pay for anything, whatever any expenses. And Esau's like, hell no. He said, how much for a nigga pie? And then she checked the gun. And he said, he's about 3 miles that way.
Yep.
Like, damn, bro.
Right.
You know, blacks, white only, segregation, which we agree with it, but you are a country that based itself off democracy, while at the same time, you're commune, you know what you're doing these people, you know? So miss me with all this freedom fucking talk, man.
Right.
And you out here, Mark, what you say, bro?
It just came out, the people that got oppressed in Ukraine.
Oh, bro, I was literally about to mention
And some other countries went over to Uganda and created a white-only fucking resort.
Wow.
The fucking audacity.
Wow.
Called Cassidy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Man.
Esau is an offender, man. But these are the days of Noah. So you can only imagine what Cain and his lineage was doing when they were on the scene. That's why I said through rapine and violence. So they were Habakkuk.
Yeah.
They're establishing cities by bloodshed and inequity.
Yep.
Cain built a city after murdering his brother. That's bloodshed and inequity. It said, thy brother's blood crieth unto me. Come on, man.
And it goes and it says, there's a couple of lines left.
Is that for the Amalek part? This is a good account.
Well, actually, this
24, I think I want.
Yeah, because this
But this
right
is
here,
fine. This is good.
This right here, it's basically expounding on.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get it all. Put it all on the table.
Yeah.
Because we're at court right now.
Actually, you got it, bro.
No, finish your point.
Okay.
We're at court right now, so we got our legal matters together. All right? So let the record show of the violence that you have done to your brother, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the offspring of the brother who you wanted to kill and has been killing.
Yep. Now back in Numbers chapter 20 and verse 19.
This dude said, then will I slay my brother Jacob. If he was able to do that, we wouldn't have been here. That gets me mad just thinking about it. You know? And the great cry, and then he killed all the babies in the time of Yahushai. You know?
Yep.
I got my eye on Ham and Esau.
And it's number 20 and verse 19. And it says, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only without doing anything.
How were they going to be able to pay for it if they just left Egypt? Because remember, they left in great substance.
Yep.
So Jacob, Moses, right, was going to give Esau Hamite money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which Jake really left Egypt with reparations, which I speak as a man, but I believe that's why Jake wants reparations now.
Right.
Because they're in that spirit of pay me
400 years.
pay me for what I've done. But we've already got payment through the Holy Spirit. And we've been bought in with a price.
Yeah.
And we've been bought in out of captivity. Isn't there a law for a Hebrew servant? So we've been bought in the spirit by the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So we're being repaired spiritually first. Because imagine taking Lyle and Avenue D to Jerusalem. Bro, it would be Avenue D and Lyle in Jerusalem.
It'll be horrible.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
And it says
Somehow Ishmael's over there with beef patties. Like, how the fuck? How you get here?
you got Jake still wearing Timbs over
They got the garment, but it's a white tee with fringes. How the fuck the sandals turn to Timbs?
Oh shit.
You know?
And it says, verse 19, I will only without doing anything else.
Meaning we need to be washed. We need a spiritual cleansing. Keep going.
Go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him.
Yup, and then had to fight Ammon a couple of days later because they had to go through. But why did Israel go through Esau's land? Because Esau is Israel's brother. So, right, we're part of the lineage, so we should be able to cut through, you know? She's losing her mind. What you got?
This is Deuteronomy 25 and 17.
What? Car keys?
See, actually, do we see any black keys?
No.
What?
Hey, that's how women gonna be in Jacob's trouble.
Right.
What they gonna say? Can I have your name? Watch.
Yep.
Watch. Brother's gonna be pure gold in Jacob's trouble.
This is Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Blot out Amalek.
Ooh.
Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt.
Read it again. Remember they were the ones last camp?
Yeah.
Said go Biden.
Yeah.
Well, he just had a terrible ass State of the Union, and he mistook a woman that died with a college quarterback.
Wow.
So they're done, man. It's political chaos, but this is all a part of the Muzzini-Pike plan staged for the Third War. So soon World War III will be declared. We're at the end. We're at the end. We're watching the end. They got nothing left. They got nothing left. Keep going.
Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt.
Yeah.
How he met thee by the way.
So we got to remember what has been done to us. We got to remember what Esau has done. We got to remember how he enslaved us. We got to remember how he poisoned us. We got to remember how he tried to cut us off. We got to remember these things. Oh, that was in the past. And why the hell do you celebrate the 4th of July?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Come on, man.
How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee.
Reminds me of when Esau came in, when King David went out and kidnapped his women and children.
Yep.
You know? And then he had to consult the Lord on what to do because Israel was mad at him. And then I believe that was when the mulberry trees, the wind blew, which was a chariot flying over it. And then he knew that he could go attack. If I'm not mistaken, that account was for that situation. But what that count shows you is the same mindset and tactic that Esau did when he came against Gad. He waited for Gad to go out and hunt, you know, and then he came in and raped and pillaged. It was, hey, when I was reading about the atrocities of Christianity when it came to South America, they said that basically Jake stayed in their land to escape sexual attacks from Edomites.
Damn.
This is how bad it was out here. Remember, there was a time on this land where it was just Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
There was no cameras. There was no Jesse Jackson. There was no civil rights. It was just whatever he wanted to do to you, he could. And he showed you the length he would go with another human being, man. And that history should not be ever forgotten. You know? Which in the kingdom, it'll come a point where we're going to forget about this guy. But until justice and judgment is served, we're going to have to bring these points up.
We got to be dealt with.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah.
And it damn sure ain't Candace Owens.
It says, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not the Most High.
So he didn't even fear in his doings, just like Cain. He didn't fear killing Abel. Esau didn't fear attempting to kill Jacob. So instead of getting the patriarch, he got the offspring, you know? So if he can't get big brother, he always goes for the next. You got it?
Therefore, what it shall be, when the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, thy power, had given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land.
Man, when we get back in our land, when we finally make it back, when prophecy's finally fulfilled. So let's read this again. This is a law that we're going to have to remember.
Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy power had given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land, which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Yeah, so I speak as a man, right? But I'm thinking about Obadiah 1 and 18 in his ass. And to start that, we should lay Amalek down as tinder, right? To get the fire going. You know, when you create that fire, you put them logs. We're going to stack you niggas like you did before a fire. We're gonna let him down. He's gonna cry like the little kid in Alpha Dog.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. We're gonna lower your ass down, man. Yep. You know, and then it's gonna be Jacob and it's gonna be Shem, Ham, and Japheth again, but without Esau.
17 nations.
Yep. So it's gonna be a beautiful world, and Esau being taken out is destroying those clean leopards too.
Yes.
Okay.
It says that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Yep, no more. I'm sorry, brother. But Amalek, who calls himself the Ish now, all right, might throw some little hats in there. But the point is, we're going to take out those. He's claiming to be us right now, which is literally the story of how Jacob got the blessing.
Yep.
You know, because Isaac's eyes was dim. So right now, because the world don't have eyes to see, he's portraying himself as Jacob. So they can't see, like, well, it don't sound like Jacob, but it feels like it's Jacob. So that's what's going on right now. So he's taking advantage of the ignorance of gross darkness of the people. And he believes that this lie that he has been given for this moment of time will be able to advance him to eternal rulership. And that's not a part of the plan. That's why the Lord in Job 5 says he's going to interrupt their enterprise. All right.
It says, thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it.
Which Amalek called the Palestinians Amalek. And they used that scripture on national television to justify.
Deflecting.
Thank you. That deflecting demon. And just since we're on the topic, let me see how long they've been at war now. Because you know it's counting. It's counting. So I download this app. Look at that. Day 155. They're saying they're at war right now, and it's day 155 right now. You know?
Got a quick one?
Yep.
This is 2nd Esdras 8 and verse 1. He answered me, saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
Yep. And that few being who? The elect. The elect. And then there'll be portions of people, obviously, on earth, because Babylon and Yasharallah, right, will be the two main lands of destruction, but you're going to have the rest of the world. So you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be the first generation of heathens in our rulership. So this war of prophecy is going to go back to what? Day one. Like the movie Quiet Place?
Yeah.
It went day one. So that's why John referred to the 1,000 years, because that's the first day in the kingdom.
Yep.
But just because that's the first day don't mean it's the last day. That's what people fail to realize. Like Deacon Akah, he said after 1,000 years you're gonna die.
Yeah.
How you gonna die and you got the new covenant and death only comes from sinning and we ain't gonna sin?
Come on, bro.
Don't trust somebody that's 4'11" with a fitted on, man.
And that's how it's going to be, man. You're going to have one nation, the nation of Israel, ruling all 17 other nations.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Got a quick one.
Yep. You break down.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
A new heaven and a new earth, meaning heaven meaning rulership, right? Because there's three heavens. There's the heavens where the constellations are, the sun, the moon. There's heaven on earth where man dwells and rules and has a dominion, right? And then there's the third heaven where Yahweh sits and Yahweh Shai sits on his right hand. Okay, so down here, there'll be a new heaven. You know, you ever pass by a store with under new management?
Yep.
But the earth is going to be under new management of Yahushua and the elect.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
And it says, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. That's the precept. Okay?
And there was no more sea.
No, sea is the large majority of anything. In this case, it will be heathens ruling. All right? Because they're going to be under perpetual subjection.
That's right. Verse 2, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem.
So this is what John actually saw. You know, when he was getting those visions on the island of Patmos, these were heavy visions. He was the last of the 12, and the Lord kept him alive for this purpose.
Right.
You know?
Heavy. So, I'm sorry. So, for you brothers to be alive, you got to believe you're alive for a reason.
Yeah.
You're not alive just because I'm suffering, I'm
Right.
ready to die. Which I get it, because you're in the flesh, and you're a suffering servant, but then you counteract that thought or feeling with a righteous, you know, what's this, a P word?
Positive?
Yeah, positive thought.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
proactive.
Yeah, man.
You know, you gotta flip that around on the flesh.
Right.
You're alive for a reason, because we serve the God of the living, not the
dead.
God of the dead.
Right.
All right. A living dog is better than a dead lion, and a lion will whoop a dog's ass any day of the week, but it can't do shit from the grave.
Right.
You know, a dog will walk over the grave and piss on it.
Yep.
You know,
And it says, verse 2,
Jake gotta get washed, bro. This nigga gyrating and shit. We over here trying to teach
Oh,
the word.
shit.
Man, bro.
Oh, that's the dry bones.
Yep.
oh, yeah, yep.
In the days of Noah too.
Yep.
He practicing on fucking dance, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that scripture? Matthew
Dance.
7, hot unto you, you know,
Yep.
you now dance.
Yeah. Well, he dancing.
He dancing, but not to this
But
word.
he ain't dancing to this.
Not to this song.
This nigga dancing to the weekend. On the weekend. This shit is crazy. Hey, keep praying, bro.
Man.
And don't worry, you don't gotta pay to pray. You don't gotta pay to pray.
Right.
Don't worry, power's coming, man. Power's coming. Great
Man.
power's coming. You know?
Alahayim.
Yep.
Verse 2, and it says, coming down from the Most High.
Coming down from the Most High. So read that again.
Yep.
Because it says New Jerusalem, how to get up there.
It says, Salakia, Rev 21 and verse 2, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out
So
of heaven.
There's a whole city's going to be up in the heaven. How they going to get up there, man? That's because that's the elect being delivered by way of the strangeness of our salvation, which is going to be what the world will call an alien invasion or UFOs.
Yep.
Or unidentified aerial phenomena. So the elect are going to be taken just as Enoch was taken or translated, just as Elijah was taken or translated,
How shy.
same way Yahushua left,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. They called it Foo Fighters.
Yes, right.
Yep. What was it, World War II?
World War I.
World War One, y'all know they're called Foo Fighters. It was recorded that chariots were helping during the war because it was a dog fight, which Revelations 9 goes into that. The dog fight where they're flying and then they had the tails hurt. That was a shooting, you know?
Yeah. And I'll keep going.
Yeah.
And it says, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And that's going in, you know, about the elect and the relationship that, you know, they have with Yahushua. Yahushua being the groom and the elect being, you know, the bride, the woman.
Yeah, contract.
Right.
That's
right,
why Isaac got mad at Esau because he basically said, I didn't want to make a contract with those Canaanites. Remember, that's why the Lord said in Deuteronomy, don't make a contract with the Hivites, the Jebusites, the Gershites, because you're going there to take their land,
Right.
not merge with them. You're going to take them over. So marriage is through the act of a contract or what you call a covenant. So the Lord made a covenant with us and referred to us as his woman or his wife, because when you marry unto a woman, it's supposed to be forever. You know?
That's why Yahushua said, with the wicked got to declare my statute.
Yep.
He didn't care about.
Nope.
Care about
And it says that the woman that Esau married, the Canaanite, she was of a lineage of status in Canaan. So basically, he married in to try to get status like he did in the Dark Ages.
Yep.
Then the nigga married himself in and then went over and knocked noses off.
Yeah, that's why I heard that's what George Bush did. That's how he came to the beat where he had the family married into another family.
See?
Oh, wow.
Makes sense though.
Got up in there.
Yeah.
They was poor.
Oh, slick
George
ass.
Bush, They was poor.
Yeah.
Damn.
Makes sense.
But that was, you had a precept, right?
Well, I had Thessalonians because you said how they got up there.
Yep, dealing with New Jerusalem.
Yeah. So this is I could start at 13 or I could get to the point.
Start for 13, brother.
All right, this is 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 13. I got some precepts for it too.
Let's get on that.
All right.
You know, you get wisdom Solomon 5.
Yep, good. Yep, we need that. We need that vibration around us. Okay, because ain't nobody here rooting for brothers but brothers.
Yep.
And the Lord.
Yep.
Everybody else is praying on your downfall, man.
Yep.
1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 13.
13.
Yep. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. So Apostle Paul was dealing with men questioning death in Thessalonica. Because when you read these letters, you have to extrapolate, it's a $9 word, you have to extrapolate why he's responding in this manner. So one could say it's easy to see they clearly were questioning death.
Yeah, even now, Jake doesn't understand death. You know, Jake thinks he just died. A lot of our people really believe in the hell doctrine.
Yeah.
And you have Israelites that push that on our people.
Yep.
That's a shame, man.
Yeah, that is.
You know, people thinking they're going to die and burn forever, not realizing that you're already in hell. And when you die, your soul is released.
I seen this IUIC member. He said, "You're gonna go to hell for wearing those pants, sister." I said,
That's
"Damn,
fucked up.
damn."
Imagine what that's doing to someone's mind.
Well, remember the woman? She came here years ago,
Yeah.
and she said they told me I was gonna go to hell for wearing pants.
Damn.
This was years ago. She came over there. She was cool.
Yeah,
It was
she was
her and
cool.
another sister, but they had left the school because how they were being handled. You know, that's why we don't frustrate the grace.
Right,
We're under
right.
grace, man. So it's
Those niggas are wicked Pharisees.
Yeah.
Man. They're oppressing our people.
yeah. It says, but I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep.
Meaning what? Those that passed away. You know?
Yep.
There's brothers that passed away in this thing. But guess what? They got their crown because they endured unto their end.
Yeah.
What's that precept you like in Isaiah? The Lord taketh the righteous man.
Isaiah 57.
Yeah.
I got it right
Oh,
there.
this is good.
Isaiah 57 and 1.
Yep.
If you want that real quick.
Yep.
And then you just saw that white van that went by. It said Salvation Army. So there's an army for salvation. You know?
Which that's, Lord willing, that's
Yeah,
us.
that's right.
Starting with Yahushua.
Yep.
You know, because we're pushing the salvation unto our people. We're following Paul as Paul's following Yahushua. You know,
Yep.
as is written in the Corinthians. man.
Yep.
You know?
This is Isaiah 57 and 1. It says, the righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart.
Right, meaning you don't know the covenant of the grave is not shown unto you. So you don't know when you could die, man. You know, that's why
Right.
you pretty much got to go hard every day. Pray of Psalms 51.
Yep.
You know, do this with the best of your might.
Yep.
Because you don't know if you're going to, you know, you don't even know if you're going to make it to the camp.
Well, that's why it says that it's the Lord's will if we do this or do that in James 4. So go to them that say today we'll do this, tomorrow we'll do that. You don't know if that's in the Lord's plans. You know how many people's plans are getting ready to be interrupted?
Right. Yep.
You know? You seen Dawn of the Dead?
Yep.
After the zombies came,
Yeah.
the nigga was laying on the airbed like, man, I was gonna go see that big chick from Dippin' Dots. She's dead, bro.
Yeah.
But he had plans though.
Yep. Today I got time.
Right. And it reads, Isaiah 57, and merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
So that's the Lord actually having mercy on you. You know? Because some brothers, yes, some brothers are going to be martyrs, but you don't know if you're going to make it that far.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Back in, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 13, them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not. See, you're not supposed to be sorrowful when Yahushua died. But he said you're supposed to be happy that I'm going to the Father.
Right.
Do you know what I'm solidifying with this?
When he told those women, don't weep for me, weep for yourselves and your children.
Yep.
You know?
You was weeping for Tammuz.
Right.
You know that going to that scripture, better is the end of a thing
Yep.
than the beginning.
Yep.
And usually, what they say, you cry when you come into the world, you're supposed to rejoice when you leave out of it.
Right. Yep. It's a good point.
Why? Because when you're dying, your soul is released. Meaning you're not going to hell, you know? You're going to a better place. Don't
Yep.
they say that? He's in a better place.
Exactly.
Meaning you're with the Father, you know?
Even the wicked are at rest.
Yeah.
Some demons are off of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember, Now I'm gonna say this for Esau, because we got on all his wickedness. Remember, it said them doing good nor evil. So it wasn't like he did something in the spirit realm. This is what he was chose to do. So he's doing his part.
Right.
You can't be mad at a tire for being a tire.
Right.
That's what it was made to be.
Meaning that the script was already written,
Right.
and the role of Esau that was given to them, you're
Yep.
gonna do this. Okay.
That's a cut too, also, because if you go into a better place, ain't this supposed to be? Then that should tell you this is hell already.
There you go.
Yup.
There you go.
And that's why it's written in. I'm sorry.
No.
That's why it's written in Ecclesiastes, under the sun,
Right,
the
right.
place of judgment.
Yep.
Meaning on the earth is where judgment happens.
Yep.
You know.
Then it says, we shall die, then live again.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there we will be judged.
Yep.
You know? And it says, even as others which have no hope.
Matter of fact, get that, Baba Kashaw.
2 Corinthians 14:32.
Yep. That's a good precept.
It says, for if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again.
Right now, and that's our faith. You know, you got to check yourself, man. Do I really believe that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe that, man. You know, it says, "Oh death, where's thou sting?"
Yeah.
So that's what's coming for us, man. Our Lord defeated death.
Yeah.
You know.
Remember we asked that Jake when we were over there?
Yeah.
Because he kept asking us questions. So then I said, do you believe that Yahushua died and rose again? And he was sincere. He thought about it. He said, I don't. So I said, oh, okay, that's where the problem is.
Yep.
So the problem lies in his unbelief. That's what proves Ephesians 2, faith is a gift. So it has to be given. You got it, Ira?
What second Ezra's what?
14, I think,
uh,
32, is it?
Verse 35.
Thank you, brother.
35.
I got it.
Thank you.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall be the judgment.
So after you die, you go to the Heavenly Father and you get judged for the things done in your body, whether good or bad. I believe that's in Corinthians.
Yep.
right?
Yep, 2 Corinthians.
You know?
5.
When we shall live again.
So that's what?
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Wow.
Meaning you're going to be put back in the flesh, okay, and you're going to come being judged for what you did.
Wow.
But where are you being judged? In the flesh, because you did things in the flesh.
Wow. But start up at 34 though. It tells you something there. It says, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your heart, your mind, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. So after death ye will obtain mercy.
And then Psalms 104, 5 will say you should walk, you go to the heaven, you be afraid, and then you should renew your life on the earth again.
Get that, Baba Kashaw.
Yeah.
Good precept, brother.
Yep, good precept.
Yeah, actually,
So the Spirit's bringing out life and death. And remember in Deuteronomy it says, choose you this day. Choose either life or death. And then when Yahushua was presented, a lot of our people chose death, and they chose that through Barnabas.
Yep, Barnabas.
Barnabas.
He was the murderer. They
He was-
let him free.
Yep. And they said, let his blood be upon us and our children. But then when Yahushua was on the cross, that's the account with the male factor. But he was presented in the courtyard before the people, and Little Wayne was standing next to him.
I got a quick precept real quick.
Please, bring it up.
This is, is it 2 Corinthians? Yeah,
5 and
Slakia.
10.
Slakia. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. And it says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua Mashiach.
Everybody. That's Daniel 7. Where he said the
Yeah.
fiery stream issued before the thousands and thousands.
Yep.
And the books were open. Go open up the scriptures. That's how you're going to be judged, out of the scriptures, man. You know, that's why we push a message of repentance unto our people.
Yep.
Because it says all manner of sin shall be forgiven. You know?
And it says that everyone may receive the thing done in his body.
The body, you said the flesh. See? That's why we would rebuke wicked thoughts, but we can't help what thoughts come into our mind.
Right.
But that's why Yahushua said when it comes out, that makes a man unclean.
Right,
So we're mindful of what we say, or what we're teaching, or what we're acting upon, because that's where the offense could come.
Yeah.
Wicked thoughts always come to your mind, but it's when you act on it. That's why he said in James that burning,
Yeah.
and then the issue's death.
That's sin.
Yeah, you're like, no, you fell into it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also the Lord give you over to vile effects.
You gotta. That's why you gotta fight it.
Yeah.
That exactly. That's a good point. So for brothers, if you ever have a wicked thought, don't just brush it off. You got to acknowledge to the Lord. You got to acknowledge. You know, I remember Elder Yasser Mama was going to that, and I said, hey, I want to acknowledge, you know, hey, that's Satan, Lord, that's not me.
Yep.
I don't want that.
Yep.
So I want to acknowledge, let the record show.
Right, because it's your mind, right? So you having thoughts, you're like, damn, where the fuck this come from?
Right.
But then you understand that Satan is putting thoughts in your head. There's also subliminal messages.
Yeah.
You got to really protect your mind.
Yeah.
Be careful what you watch, what you're listening to.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
He said, your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Cut that bitch off. Which he was referring to the Lord,
Right,
telling Isaiah, your thoughts aren't mine.
Right.
So that's why we remain humble, because if it was our way, we would be in the kingdom.
Right.
But it's not our way, it's the Lord's way. So we say, okay, let me wrap my mind around the reasoning why the Lord is doing this, and it humbles me, and say, okay, let's get better. Let's do better for us.
Right, because you battle different demons, such as depression, anger, anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety is thought without control, so that's a demon messing with your mind.
To the verge of overthrow.
Right, what's it called? Sifting.
Yep.
Trying to sift you
Yep.
through inward agitation.
Yep.
You know, so how do you battle that? Prayer and fasting.
Yep.
You don't understand and acknowledge that, oh, this is from Satan. I don't thinking like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And that's one thing too, saying like he'll have you rethink when you isolated by yourself.
Yep.
When you just sitting there.
Yep.
You know, that's why that's why it's good to have hobbies.
Yep.
So that way, you know, you're not, think about shit like that, you know?
That's a good point, because it says, well, idle's hands are the devil's playground.
Yep.
Child left to himself, he'll become willful. So some brothers can't be left alone all the time.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing. It ain't a diss.
No, it's not.
You know, like shit, hang around me, 2 or 3. Thank you. You know?
Yeah. And it says that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad.
So when Rothschild went to the throne, it was everything that he did was brought forth. And that's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 4, they came of their sins, it convinced them to their face.
Yep.
So he can't deflect in the spirit world. You can't deflect what you were doing.
Remember that sister's testimony? I think she worked at a hospital, right? And she was talking to an Edomite that passed, and he told her pretty much when he died, he said, man, I was nothing up there.
Yep.
He said, the Most High is tricky. You know, because down here, you got your rulership, you the man, you got the islands.
Yeah.
Up there, you nothing, man.
Yep.
Got that?
I got the
hold
my
on,
bad.
brother got it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die. And they return to the dust. Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
So that's reincarnation. You know?
Yeah.
You die, go you get your judgment, you come back.
Well,
Man.
Jake's gonna be reincarnated in the kingdom.
Yep.
You know? And they'll be of the loins of an elect man.
Right. I got the one that you said earlier. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 20. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 20. And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face.
Yep, Lazarus and the rich man. All the wicked shit you've been doing down here, poisoning the food, the wicked things you've been doing with children.
Oh man.
Y'all saw that with Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
How they said they made him, you know?
Oh my gosh.
It's all coming out now, man. The shit with P. Diddy, Meek Mills, all this wicked shit that our people are doing, you're gonna get cussed out for that in the heavens, man.
Woo.
You know?
That's fucking slack. That was it right there.
I got Thessalonians still.
You know what's the problem? You got something?
No.
You know the 5th chapter?
This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 14. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will Yahweh bring with him.
That's our faith, because, you know, at the end of the day, the Most High doesn't want us to fear death.
Right.
You know, that's why the Lord said, don't fear them who could kill the body, but fear them who could destroy both soul and body in hell. You know?
Yep.
Because there's going to come a time where you can be faced with death for what you believe in. Like I was watching that brother from Australia, his testimony, he had a dream that they put him on the news, and he said, pretty much this man has chosen to to die for his faith.
Wow, that's fire.
You know,
That's amazing.
that was a powerful video, man. But that's actually in the scriptures. You know,
It says, verse 15, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain.
right? Because not every brother is going to die. Some brothers going to live through everything, man.
Yeah.
You know, the persecution, third woe, MOTB. You know,
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble.
Says that we which are alive and remain, and this word remain means survive, and survive means to live after one's death, which Psalms 91 comes to mind.
Yeah, yeah.
It says, unto the coming of the Lord, right, the second coming, you know, the chariots, Yahushua returning, you know, man.
Oh, and you got to think that you might have been a martyr in your past life. You know, you don't really know what you've done, because it says the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets.
Yep.
You know, so Lord willing, with those men, here
Yeah.
we are prophesying.
Yep,
You know,
yep. And it says, where are we at here? And what was heavy is when I first came into the truth, and the only thing in my mind was that the end result of this truth is I'm gonna be martyred. So I used to always think that I was gonna go out through death. But then as you grow, you start learning life, and that Yahushua defeated death. So then it made me embrace how we're gonna endure until the end, instead of just dying
Right.
in dying. But it was more like, you know, that warrior spirit, like I'll die,
counting the cost.
counting the cost.
Because you do have to count the cost of this thing, and also that's a possibility. You don't know your lot.
Yep,
So you got to be fortified like that up here.
yep,
You know, but also having the faith that I might not have to do that.
yep. Right, we acknowledge the bitterness of the scriptures too.
Right.
You know, you got something?
Yeah, I do.
You got it.
Yeah. This is the book of to land back Nat. This the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 1. And it says, it's like I wait till you bros get there.
That's cold, bro.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. The point is in verse 4.
You can go to 8.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I can go, yeah. You
Yep.
can go to 9.
That's
Yeah,
a dope
yeah.
chapter. That's a dope chapter.
Get all the meat out the bone.
All right, you can go there.
You gotta feed Yahushua sheep. We said we love him,
I'm
right?
gonna read
Yep.
down to verse 9.
That's right.
All right.
And it says,
Get y'all beach chairs ready.
and it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai.
Meaning Esau can't touch him.
That's
Right.
amazing.
You know, he got his hands on everything else, but you can't get the elect.
Right.
Okay?
That's
Get
amazing.
right out of here, man.
Call lawyer.
Hey,
Oh,
brothers.
Lord, Bahashim Yahushai.
Hey, just thank the Lord even for the elect.
Right, I do.
You know, yeah.
Every time I see 144, that's what I do, man.
It's right.
Thank y'all, Bashim outside, that there's even a concept of an elect remnant of our
Yeah.
nation.
There's, man, the elect's here. You know, the election's here. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's right, because it says the elect are saviors too. It says that the Most High didn't lead us, the remnant,
remnant, yep.
the small remnant, lead you through.
Yep.
Of course, Yahushai, but Yahushai had to, die for us to get this knowledge.
Remnant
You know?
saved 144.
Exactly,
Right,
that's right. And it says, and there shall no torment touch them.
No torment touched them, right?
Like Azariah, Mishael,
Yeah, that was in the fire.
you know,
Yep.
Ananiah.
Great miracles are coming. Yeah, 'cause
Daniel.
that's the Hebrew name.
Yeah.
You know,
Dan
Yeah.
the lions den.
Yeah.
great miracles are coming, man.
Yeah.
You know, you might troop might run down on you, whole bunch of weapons. You know, you might be like Neo, la.
Yeah.
You know,
But you have to face near-death experiences to receive these
Exactly.
miraculous miracles.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, bro, I'm telling you, the Lord is with us. You know? I was telling last night how I burnt my hand and I had an iron skillet. You know, iron skillet, that shit's
shit
hot. And I put my hand on it, but I had the what is it called? The pot holder?
Yeah.
But I didn't have it on the right way. So I grabbed it, but the handle tip was exposed. That shit ballooned right up. And I just kept my hand under the water. And then I kept an ice pack. But the heat, it just kept pulsing and pulsing. I'm like, this shit's real. This really burns. And I told the brother, and he told me to put oil on it. He just smiled. He said, just put the elder's oil on it.
That was
and
scary.
I'm like,
It's like, yeah.
I ran in the room because I got this old bottle of oil that Elder Monaghan made me, and I keep it. And I went, I put oil on it, and I faced the east, and I imagined me wiping it and it disappearing. Now it didn't disappear, but the pain did.
It's that faith.
And instead of me, like take the pain away, I started praising the Lord for what He's done for us and what He's gonna do. And me doing that, the pain literally subsided, man. So I literally was on fire, and I rubbed the oil and called on the name and praised Him, and I felt it go away. So I want to give that as a testimony for brothers and sisters. When a situation happens, that's when you got to call the name. You don't call the name and I'm dead. No, when you're dying,
Right.
when you're falling, when you're on fire, and the missile's coming. Bro, I can tell you how much shimmy outside.
Right.
And you're looking death in the eye.
That's right.
That's when it is. That's when you're showing. When Abraham was coming down, right? The sword is also the nukes. So when Abraham was coming down, now when that sword coming down, that's where you're showing where you stand. He said, "Are you good? You show me. You about it." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's when you show the Lord. It's okay, my faithful servant. Well done. Well done. I just wanted to see what you would do.
That's right.
So Yahushua told Peter to walk on water. So our version of walking on water is when the flood comes in. We got to walk through the street as the bullets are passing. Eli did it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He looked great at his enemy, and his enemy had a change of heart. So you could look at someone and control them to not murder you.
Right.
Yeah.
In that movie, he was blind, right?
Yeah.
But really, he was just walking by faith and not what he could see.
Exactly.
Because if you just base off what you can see, it looks like we're screwed.
Yes, we are. For what I can see,
Right.
we're done.
Yeah.
But what can't be seen is eternal.
That's right. Back in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 2, and it says, "In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die."
Right. So for these people, they'll just say, "Oh, we're wasting your life. This is what you do every Saturday. You believe in that white man's book."
Correct.
So to this world, we seem to die.
Stephen,
Stephen,
And their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction.
Right, because they don't understand death. They don't understand that these men that have, hazarded their lives, they're going to die and ultimately receive a crown.
That's right.
And be raised up and be your future rulers, parents, judges.
Ooh.
Yep.
And it says, but
I'm sorry. In the days of Noah, because we started off with that, we even get to, but in the days of Noah, it was Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives. So 8, which they say 8 represents infinity.
Yep.
This is a continuing, right?
Yeah.
But my point is, even their wives were delivered. So we gotta acknowledge life now. Is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at.
Yeah. Because there will be men, women, children,
Yep.
women with child,
Yep.
women that are pregnant,
Yep.
infants, toddlers, the 1/3,
Yeah.
Yep.
And it says, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men,
Right there at peace. So what? Get beheaded. You died, now you're at peace. You finish your course, you endured unto the end.
I don't give a shit what you think about me.
Right.
We don't got that FOMO demon.
right.
Hey, things happen to the men of the Lord. We're not to care what other people think.
And it says, for though they be punished in the sight of men,
Moses too. Moses turned his back on the pleasures of sin for a season.
yeah, yep,
He didn't care about the status of Egypt.
yep,
Like Shaka Utmost. But
Right.
Noah.
Right.
Noah turned his back to build the ark. So with him turning his back, he turns back on the world.
Yep.
yeah,
Like us, we're against this place. We're not trying to juggle both. Ain't shit here, man. Anytime anything tempting, I say, will this be worth it when fire comes?
right,
You get tempted on the Sabbath. You done popped a woman 100 times. And this
Right.
is Sabbath. Will that shit be worth it?
right.
You on fire? Ah!
Oh,
Burn it, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. There's nothing on this side that's equated of value towards salvation that would be worth it. Like, what, shit, I do need this money. but the dollar's gonna drop. You know?
Right.
Nothing here is gonna be more valuable, and you're gonna say, ain't no nigga in Jacob's trouble gonna say, man, shit, I had a good run.
Right. Nope.
You don't even think about that shit.
Nope. They're gonna. It wasn't worth it.
They're gonna be Jeremiah. You know?
Ice Spice is gonna say it wasn't worth it.
Yep.
Yep.
They call it buyer's remorse.
There you go.
Right.
Yep.
But it's what is it for a man to lose his soul to gain the world?
There you go, brother.
Beautiful
Looking
precept.
at it like that.
I got a precept to go with what
Good,
you said.
good, brother, it's
The
good.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my name's sake shall find it.
My name's sake.
That's right.
GMS, what is his name?
Yep.
That's what Moses said.
Yep.
He said, what is that? What is his name?
Yep.
When I go to the people, what's the name?
Yahweh.
Yep. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know?
Yep.
That's it, brothers. That's what it comes down to. Back in wisdom.
Yep.
And I'm real sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that made me think of the hour of temptation. You know, because you're gonna have a lot of people that seek to save their life by taking that rice device
Yep.
to continue in a world that's crashing.
You know, it says the conversation of a fool is irksome.
Yeah.
I want to say soon the conversation with the unfaithful will be frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to understand you're talking to someone that don't got what you got.
Right.
So they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. Good, man. It's faith. So what is it? Faith. It's remember he's trying to explain it to her.
Yeah.
You know?
Look at Eli.
Faith it's a belief. It's something that's installed in you. You know?
Well, it says it was created with the faithful from the womb.
Faith is foresight. You know, we gonna say cross that by?
When I was a kid, my grandmother, she used to always put on Reverend Christ. And what they always used to say is walk by faith, not by sight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Yep. But
Yeah,
you
man.
got to be given it to walk it. Because people are walking, but are they walking with the faith of the Lord?
Right.
People got faith that the Buffalo Bills will go to the Super Bowl every season.
They got the wrong faith.
Right. They got the wrong faith.
Right.
Going back to being a woman, the new bride coming down, we as a woman got to be a faithful woman.
Yep.
You know, a
Right.
loyal woman.
Yep.
We have to produce these characteristics. So us as Israelite men, you sisters are seeing the proper conduct that a woman should be towards her man, and you're seeing that by our servitude to our Lord. All right? So take notes from our precious beloved sisters out there.
Right.
All right?
Back in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 4, and it says, for though they be punished in the sight of men,
How
yet
they're punished in the sight of men through persecution, right? Chastisement, face on the news, you know.
Yep. Keep faith, all that
We got to
shit.
understand that death is lurking at any moment here. We have to understand that we are going to be the possessions of life while death is in the midst. You know, like the movie Bushwick.
Right,
It was
right.
nothing but death everywhere. We have to understand that we're going to have to face death, and we're going to have to be faithful in the time of mass death. There's no way getting around it. Through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom.
Yep.
So we can't have a mindset of trying to like, let me just sneak by.
Right,
No,
right,
bro. You can't sneak by to the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't timid your way into the kingdom. You know? You're gonna have to stand up.
Yeah.
That would be considered a cowardly act. In war, if you up there lollygagging in the back, get your ass up there. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oompa.
Yeah, Yep.
Remember Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Oompa. He let his man die.
Yep. And he could have helped them.
He got everybody dead.
Come on, man.
You know?
It says that woe be unto you who are faint-hearted.
Right.
You know?
Which is a demon. So, hey, listen, brothers, you're gonna have to fight being faint-hearted. It's easy to go to camp when you want to go to camp. It's hard to go to camp when you don't want to go. Now that makes you a servant.
Yep.
Because you're fighting through the feeling. You know? You're tired, like, damn, man, shit, I see why Adam Abbott bring chairs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're tired of this thing? Like, yeah, read that
We
again.
got concrete.
Read that again, brother. You looking at the watch, but you gotta fight it.
Yeah, devil took the benches.
Right. Move the camera,
Oh,
brother.
yeah,
Let's
right.
sit over here. Right. But that's when you're showing.
That's right.
You know, that's what it's about.
Show that faith by that works.
What my man tell Cologero, It's easy to pull a gun, pull a trigger. It's hard to get up every day and be a working man. It's hard, man, but we're doing it. So we got to acknowledge what we're doing and not the shortcomings of what we haven't done.
That's right.
Book that, man.
That's right.
Stop letting Satan get you down. I'm under grace.
Right.
We have a man that died for us and we've been bought it. We're purchased. Get out my ear.
Right.
You know?
I was feeling like that this morning.
See?
I was like, demon came on my head like, I don't feel like going to King's. I should, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
But look at now, brothers in the spirit, bringing out beautiful precepts.
Yeah.
You know, we in one accord. You know, I know how you feel, brother. You know, because you get tired of Babylon. But that's you seeing what it's like to really serve the Lord. I ain't never see a tired Christian on TV.
Right.
Some niggas elated and joyful, controlling their voice and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they on one.
Smacking you with the jacket.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Come here. Remember Malak? Sit down. He tried to push him.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't go down. But them, I'm telling you, like, there's a great falling. A lot of these Israelites that got on the scene, they're going to wither away. That fig tree, they're going to wither away because the Lord's not with them. So we're seeing, wow, the Lord's really with me because I'm feeling through right now. But we're still pushing.
Because really, they're serving Satan. They don't know it. They don't know Jesus and all that. They're serving Satan. And at the end of them services, they got a pot full of money. I'll be happy too.
Right, exactly.
They get paid to go to church.
Well, some think gain is godliness. But Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 10, freely give, freely receive. So, hey, this is free. You know, this is full access. We have full access to Yahweh Shai because of our mediator. But you got guys charging you.
And that's my bad. And that's one thing too. Yahweh Shai said he was like, I pray for you to the Father. He didn't charge them.
Nope.
Yahweh Shai didn't. Come on, man. What you gotta do is in the truth, so calling the truth, charging, you know, brothers. Come on, man.
They're gonna fall away.
We
keep going to wisdom, brother.
Yeah, Salakia.
Good.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 4, and it says, yet is their hope full of yet is their hope full of immortality.
That's where your mind should be, man. On the eternal. Because the things, can you get that, Baba Kashaw? You got something already? No. 2 Corinthians 4:16. Everything you see right now is temporary, man. Fucking cars, bus stops,
feelings,
emotions, all this shit is gonna pass. It's gonna be gone eventually.
Ecclesiastes, there's a time, a season for everything. You know?
Well, I equate it to like a toxic relationship. Like you heartbroken the first couple weeks, but then the months go by, and then the year, you be like, yo, that bitch was a nigga.
All
that time wasted.
Satan. Then you be like, man, I'm happy I got away from that.
I like that because that goes into equate when the nukes come, when them demons come off, they're gonna realize like, I was doing some bullshit. I didn't even know what they was. That's what they're gonna really snap into.
You got that, brother?
Yep. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish.
Yeah, that's why, you know, we're getting older. You know what I mean? We're getting older now. So you're starting to feel your body may not operate the same, and you feel what age feels like. But then we start growing more in the spirit.
Exactly.
So we're coming more alive. You know, priorities start becoming, because you gotta have a demon on you to have energy to argue.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have a demon on you, because as you grow, you start learning to preserve your energy.
Yes.
Like, I'm good. You got it, bro. I'll wait at the red light.
That's wisdom. Because now you know that, okay, I've been down that road before. That's destruction. So if I argue with this fool, he gonna kill me, or I'm gonna kill him, and then what good is that? You know what I mean? And what's the saying? Your mind catches up with your body. In the world, so as you get older, they say, "What? Now I wish I would have known that when I was 18." But you gain wisdom. When you lose the youth, you'll be a dangerous man if you an 80-year-old running around like a 20-year-old.
Back in high school.
Yeah, that should be crazy.
But that's why it says a man of gray hair has wisdom. It's not because you got wisdom so your hair turns gray. It's because he got of age, experience. So over time,
got him there.
Yeah, it got him there. And then I want to say this. I seen this viral picture. This man's going around. He's in prison. He said, 10 minutes cost me 10 years of my life.
Yep. Yeah.
Jake, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a real thing.
Yep.
A nigga moment. It's a demon, but let's keep going. Oh, you had Corinthians.
Because he wanted to protect the street name. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Pride.
Before destruction.
You got more, brother?
Ira was
Ira,
okay.
yep.
Our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Right, because the inward man is what? Your spirit, where that soul sits. So that's being renewed by constant prayer, by coming to camp, fellowship with the Akim, you know, reading, studying, fasting,
Yep.
watching the videos, you know?
Yep. And brothers, we learn off each other. You know, and having brothers, it molds you too. And it keeps you in order, you know? So the camp is really a small sanctuary. That's what the Lord said, a small sanctuary.
It's actually a hiding place because iron sharpens iron. You seek counsel,
Yep.
you know, get your
Yep.
questions answered.
When I first came in, I used to hide behind Marar and tell him put curses on people. They learn and call the kid, Marar, put a curse on him, man.
Laying back, this brother just said, "By if you're an 80-year-old child still with a young mind, you're dangerous." That's Esau because he's a children of fools.
Yep, he is dangerous.
Dangerous.
He is dangerous. Keep going, brother.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
That's, bro, do you know how powerful that is? See how these milk scriptures, when you go through it now of something you read back then, it's like a haymaker.
Man, hit harder.
Because you're going through something, you're like, man, I feel like the battle's increasing.
Yeah.
But then you read that, it's still saying it's still a light affliction.
Yeah.
So even the increasing of the tribulation is still referred to as light. It's all good, bro.
That's a battle rap of Tay, that dude from Tay Rock.
Yeah, that's light.
That's light.
Yep. That's it. A little more.
Really, it's a testament of the power of the Lord. He made us, so He knows what we can withstand.
He
You
says
think
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that's light. You
Yeah.
got that, bro.
Yeah.
You got it.
He told Job to man up.
Yep, gird up thy loins.
Keep going, Ira. Let's get some precepts.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us far more exceeding.
Read it
eternal-
again.
Far more.
Yep.
For our light affliction, which but for a moment, working for us far more exceeding an eternal weight of glory.
Now, why is that? Because of what? Those new bodies being programmed with it already in us. Having the crown, having power over the nations. Don't it say I will give you power over the nations?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Let's grab that. Let's put that vibration in the air. In case Elon walks by.
Right.
Let's go to Revelations 2, brothers. Red letter, all red letter, by the way. But this is, we feeling good in the spirit.
GMS red letter.
You know?
That's red letter.
One thing I noticed, the Lord, he'll put you through something, and you just endure it. He'll just show you, like the fruit of that endurance. You know?
Fruit of that chastisement.
Yep.
You know?
Because at the end, Revelations 2 and 25, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Hold on to this truth. You know, you got it, hold on to it. You know?
It's a journey. You gotta hold on.
Take heed that no man deceive you. You know?
Yep.
Don't be out here buying prayers and names from people.
Right. You can't buy the Holy Spirit either.
Right.
You can't buy your way into the kingdom. Simon the sorcerer thought that. Remember?
Yep.
Acts 8. And it says, and he that overcometh. So there's something that has to be overcome here.
I'm sorry.
No.
A big part of it is you, the man in the mirror.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And
Self-mastery.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, knowing thyself, understanding what demons are, what obstacles may be hindering you
Yep.
from your progress.
Yep.
Right.
Where you need to heal at.
Yep.
Because a lot of it too is brothers just got to heal. There's generational curses, upbringings, and you got to heal from that to not bring it into the body for other men that ain't going through that. You know? You got to forgive your parents. You got to let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Like mom and dad, I truly get what was going on now as a man under the curses, but you could have issues because you got demons using these events to like, bro, you gotta heal, bro.
Right.
So I'll hug you. You gotta heal. You gotta pray. You gotta acknowledge these things that hurt you and allow the Lord to heal. He said, if they had eyes to see and ears to heal, they will be converted, and I should heal them. That's what Yahweh Shai said. So even Yahushua understood our people need to be healed. Neither herb nor mollifying plaster, but by thy word that healed them. So we need to be healed. That's it.
Well, you're actually giving it power.
Yeah.
When you dwell on something so
Yep.
long, you're giving it power.
Yep.
You gotta let that shit go, bro.
Yep.
It's done.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do about
That's
it.
it.
now.
Revelations 2:26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
Meaning what? Keep believing, keep praying, teaching, keep feeding, keep coming to camp, keep doing what we're doing.
Yep. Yep. And I want to say too, the basics is where it's at. You don't gotta feel like you gotta find something new. Go back what you read.
Right,
We're reading Exodus again.
Yep.
I'm highlighting more things that I've highlighted in the past.
Yep.
I'm finding
Yeah.
precepts that I wrote down. I said, man, when I wrote that down,
Right,
I'm
yep.
glad I wrote that down.
Yep.
And you reading it again,
Yep.
waxing on, wax off.
Yep.
And we know when he was waxing on and waxing off, what it turned out to be was a defense.
Self-defense.
He thought, man, I know how to clean dishes.
Right.
No, he was
Yeah.
teaching your ass.
But he was showing them how to do it correctly too, because he just doing the slide.
Yep.
He said, no, like this.
Yep,
Like that.
yep,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's powerful because what you're reading, you look up words.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may ask brothers a question about this scripture.
Yep. Well, you should. You got people in the world, they'll rewatch a movie again.
Exactly.
They will replay a video game again. There's a lot of things that they'll redo again.
Yep.
So the point is, this is not in vain. So redo eternity again. Redo what's going to lead to eternal life. That's what it's about right now. Not I already read Jeremiah. Read it again.
Right.
You know?
You missed something.
But just
Right.
going back, like Alpha Dog, I don't know why I keep bringing this up, but there's a scene where the dude did his work. He said, I did this, Johnny. I cleaned that up. All the dog shit's clean.
Yep.
He said, well, dump it all out and clean it up again. So, but the point is, you'll do something, it's not to hurry up and get it done. Like you go and look up the GMS homework. It's not for you to hurry up and get it done.
Right.
It's for you to learn from what you're doing. It's an open book test for you to take in what's being done. It's not a test of quickness.
Speed, yeah.
The race is not given to the swift.
Yep. That turtle.
What is it? It's a maze. It's a race, not a marathon.
Exactly.
A certain way.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a race.
Not a sprint.
Yep,
Something
yep.
Like that. Yeah.
It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. You got Fopi just threw the towel in.
I was thinking about to bring that out to you.
You know? He said, I ain't leaving the country yet. Singing, eating Doritos and shit. You know what I mean? Who said quitting is an option? Whoever said that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you were saying, which I know that thought. Like, I don't know if I'm. No one said that you had to. Well, you have the choice, but we really don't.
Right.
If the Lord's with you, you don't have a choice, but Satan makes you think you do.
Yep.
Satan wants to make you think you have options. There ain't no options.
Yep.
There is no tomorrow. This ain't optional. It says, you got some, brother?
Yeah, we brought this out last night. I'll bring it out.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
This is Luke 9:62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
You're gonna mess the whole season. You're gonna mess the harvest up.
Yep.
Because you're planting, you're plowing so that it could be planted in it. Now you veered off, you just messed up the line for your harvest. So it's a very big thing. And it says the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. You know?
I'll read the ledger here.
Yep.
It says Yahushua, it says Jesus, but Yahushua made it clear.
But Jesus means earth pig. You know? Geography, sus, pig. You know?
It says Yahushua made it clear that he must be the top priority in a disciple's life, even above one's family. The metaphor pictures looking over your shoulder while plowing, making it impossible to plow a straight furrow. Christians cannot follow Hamashiach by looking back.
Christians are phony. Christians are phony, man.
Fake as hell.
They're fake as hell, bro.
So hope you look back.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You know?
Said, man, he was like, man, I've been going through it.
You're supposed to go through
right.
it. The sacrifice that was acceptable died. What do you know what I mean? Like, You know the things that you got to do to please the Lord? It's to the point of death, you know? Look at the things you got to do to get right. Fast, you got to deprive your body, stay away from your woman.
Yep.
There's things that you got to do that are pleasing to the Lord, but not pleasing to the flesh.
It says, rend your heart and not your garments. Because Jacob ripped his shirt off and that's doing something. but they don't do that up here though.
Right.
They don't want to change up there.
Right.
Right.
Like the movie Once for Warriors, which is a great movie, is Jake in the land of Japhet. Now Japhet has that custom where they do the tattoos on their face, and his brother, he asked his little brother, he said, when you gonna get yours?
Oh, were they in Hawaii?
New Zealand.
Okay.
New Zealand. But he said, when are you gonna get yours? He said, I got mine on the inside. So he, you know what I mean? So it's like with us, like we don't need to wear fringes while we're at work. It's up here we know what we're doing. That's why we're tasting the fruit of the new covenant. Don't it say that you're tasting in Hebrews, you know?
Kind of sparked I was in IUIC, that time we was down there, and you was talking to the other brother, and you was like saying something about the fringes, and you would say, nah, brother, it's up here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But it makes sense. But the Lord had to literally put him on us.
Yeah.
Because we weren't thinking.
It sparked when you said that.
Yeah.
Good, brother.
That's in Romans, the 2nd chapter, you know?
Yeah. Back in Revelations 2:25, and he that overcometh, and I immediately think about a man pulling himself up from a cliff from death. You know that you look down, it's so high, it's just clouds.
Yeah.
But you know it's hard when you hit the bottom. But it's like you could picture it. You know, that's what I see reading it, man. Taking him finally overcoming it, you know?
Like Morpheus when he got out that chair.
Yup. He said, come on. You know, Neo fighting the agent. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
That's what the Most High likes. The Most High is a man of war. And he likes you to fight. You know? Like in this truth, you know, you have ups and downs, you might fall. Righteous man falls 7 times, but he get back up.
Well, there's something spiritual about working hard for something and obtaining it. And you as a man, you feel satisfied. Like when Thanos sat down, he had to work for that. But when he sat down, it was worth it. He sacrificed Gamora, which was spiritual. But then he sat down and he kind of let off a relief. So when brothers work hard, you know, they feel fulfilled. We don't want easy, you know.
Well, it's like an analogy to your favorite fighter, right? Like a lot of the Rocky movies, he get beat the fuck up.
Yep.
But then when he get up and he start banging,
Yep.
like, yo, there he go,
Shit, I cried when his ass got up, bro.
When he kept getting up versus Apollo.
Yup.
Yeah.
It got to a point where Apollo's like, man, fuck.
Yeah, just-
I'll give up.
And that's what David Goggins said.
Yep.
He used to watch for hours. Was David Goggins from Buffalo? Shout out GMS Buffalo.
Shout out to GMS Buffalo.
Right? But he said he would watch that for hours because it wasn't just Rocky getting up. It was the face that Apollo showed when he saw him get up. So it triggered him seeing his enemy be defeated. So that's what should keep you going. You know?
I got a quick one real quick, Salakia. This is the book of...
That's Rev 11. Then they stood on their feet in
Yep.
great fear.
Yep.
Right,
You know?
Yep. This is the book of...
So we're Rocky.
Yeah. Well, right now, the stone, you know, the millstone thrown in water, is taken by violence. Outside the rock without hands.
Yep.
He's having that rock you desired in Horeb.
Yep.
But you brothers got to think how people think. Like, imagine driving by and you seeing us. You like, what's going on right there?
Right.
You know, it's a spectacle.
Yep.
But you got it, bro.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 10. Oh, man.
Hey, call Lord out my
I'm going to start at verse 9.
Lord say, I'll give you joy and no man take it from you, man.
That's right. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9 to verse 10. It says, but he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and your election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. You know?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Precept.
Beautiful.
Precept. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which men that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Perfect precept, man. What's that battle? You overcoming this flesh.
Man, Jake he gotta be healed.
Must be 3. Yep, 309. That's crazy.
You a couple more?
Yeah, get a couple more and we're out. Right, bro? Every time, 3 o'clock.
Never fails.
Something.
That shit crazy.
Which 3 is the 9th hour.
Yep.
You know?
There you go.
Oh shit. Let's read. This is Revelations 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. That's powerful, man.
Power over the nations.
Yep.
Rulership, judgment.
Yep.
Everything, man.
Planet of the Jakes.
And that's fire too, because Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai power.
Yep.
So Yahweh Shai is gonna give us power.
Yep.
You know, so we are joint heirs with that.
Yep.
What's that? Romans 8. You know, joint heirs. You know, of Yahweh Shai.
It's gonna be an everlasting kingdom too. It's not gonna end, man.
Because of the new covenant.
Because you gotta think,
It's not-
the
that's
Syrians,
fire.
Babylonians, they had their time. Medo-Persians, y'all had your time. Greeks, Romans. You
Oh,
know?
I gotta get that.
Now it's
Damn.
the Lord's time. It's an everlasting rulership in righteousness.
Yep.
I got one for you real quick.
Lately, the brothers been bringing out AI on art and be showing like how we're gonna have them in prison, or
Yep.
working
Yeah,
out
yep.
the field,
Yep.
getting crowned by Yahweh Shai,
Woo.
standing, talking with them at the table. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna use their AI against us too.
Oh yeah, deep fake, all
They're
that.
gonna have us all out there looking crazy, something,
Yep.
whatever they can conjure up.
Yep.
So it's like right now we getting the blessings for AI. Soon we gonna see the curses of it.
Yeah,
Because if they can make us ruling, then they can make us sinning.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, Esau gonna throw everything, you know how I say, everything but the kitchen sink,
Yep.
you know? Because it says the devil shall come down having great wrath.
Yep.
So that's part of that great wrath.
Shit, Nature Boy just got a life in prison, being a sex cult leader.
Yo,
know?
yeah.
Nigga was a sexual deviant.
Yeah, he was.
Damn.
Nigga was 40 acting 23.
You heard about the governor of New York? She said about anybody that went to prison won't be able to ride the subway trains no more.
And they got the National Guard out there now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then you got
Yeah,
Trudeau in Canada passing a bill that preaching is hateful. You'll be
Yep.
arrested.
Yeah,
So us just standing here, we're gonna get arrested. You know,
Whew.
just for doing the work. You know,
It's 811
Hey,
is
fuck
being
it,
activated.
You know, Lord willing, Most High give us that spirit to endure to the end.
that's exactly
Right.
it. We need the Lord to give us the spirit, because you could feel things, but we gotta pray that the Lord continues to deal with us. You know,
Real quick, this back in Wisdom of Solomon, right? Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 5, it says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Light affliction. Going back with Corinthians. A little chastised, a light affliction for great rewards.
GMS light affliction.
How is this written? It said, because thou hast been faithful over few, I'll make thee ruler over much.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing, you know?
And it says, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them.
See, that's why we got to call on the name. It's because the Lord has proven us. Deuteronomy 13, the Lord sends, remember the prophet, the false
Yeah.
prophet is mine.
Yeah.
How's it worded?
The both sides send both, but the false prophet, he's
The
speaking.
deceiver, the
Thank
deceiver
you.
is mine.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Thank you. The
Oh,
deceived and the deceiver are
And
his.
Job, right? Job?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Job. Yeah, yep.
But that's the point. It's all a test.
Yep.
And a test is something that you go through to see your durability before being used on mass use. So right now we're being tested before we get power over these nations. So the Lord wants to prove us that we don't believe in Elam and his idols.
Right.
How are you going to give somebody who believes everybody could be saved power over them?
Right.
Saul showed you he couldn't handle that because he had favor for Edomite.
Right.
Right.
He had favor for Agag, who made Israelite mothers childless, man.
Wicked Rothschild nigga, man. You know?
And his priest had to come in and settle the score. You know? So we're just being tested. So when you get that late text on the Sabbath,
Yep.
you just gotta say, "Oh, I'm being tested right
Just
now."
laugh at it.
Got to laugh, right? Exactly. Got to laugh at it. Be like, ha ha ha, Satan.
Why do y'all about shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it says, verse.
Why not tonight?
Ain't talked to you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Demon.
verse 6, and it says, and received them as a burnt offering.
Ooh, that's a sacrifice.
Right, that's right.
He received these men he tried as a burnt offering. That's a sacrifice, man.
Yep. And it says, verse 7, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine. And it says, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
So we gotta go back again, Baba Kashaw,
Yes.
because that's New Jerusalem coming down
That's fire,
with
man.
new bodies having spiritual power.
Yep.
You know, and Isaiah 4:1 is going to take place on this side.
Yep.
You know, that's part of that power too.
Verse 7. Hey, laugh now, cry later.
He's just not, the Lord's just not dealing with
Right,
us.
yeah.
I'm not offended at
Yeah.
him.
Two thirds
yeah.
of our people gonna be 2/3.
In his mind, that was his way of affectionately showing love.
That
Yeah.
was his way of being cool.
You're right. We're not mad at, but
Yeah.
we're glad we ain't in that seat.
I'm about to say, it's better him than me.
Yeah,
Than us,
yeah,
right?
for real. So it's all good.
Better to be in the house of more than the house of
Yeah.
earth.
Eternity,
Yeah.
infinity.
Beautiful
Hey,
precept.
days of Noah,
yeah.
8.
Wow. Wow.
Infinity.
So if
It
8
kind of
souls,
looks like a boat too.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I heard the elders, the apostles, go into it that China, the number for 8 is a ship, meaning they recorded that they know about the flood.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people know about the flood. If you look at certain writings, I was reading it in the Josephus, and all types of people. There's people that the House of Consciousness, who they big up, even their scholars acknowledge the flood. So the flood is acknowledged across the board. It ain't just only proven in the scriptures.
Right.
I'm sorry. Esau's archaeologists have found remnants of the ark on Mount Ararat up there in Turkey.
They even claim they found the bones too. You know, which it says in Jeremiah 8, your bones shall be scattered. You know,
So they found the city of David.
all type, bro. There's so much.
The Jebus.
Yeah, but that's why Yahweh Shai said, blessed are they who have not seen and believe.
Right.
So that we don't believe because we seen a Russian icon of King David being so-called black. We believe because of our faith,
Right.
and then when we see it, we're like, oh, look, what we believe in's right there.
Exactly.
What's it say? Because the Bible tells me, so the Bible said it.
Yep, yep.
Faithful and true.
Let's keep going.
Back in verse 7. And it says, and in the time of their visitation.
That's when the elect come down, or when the Most High gives brothers that spiritual power. You know,
It says they shall shine.
literally gonna have a shine. You know, a glow to show you that, or Bruce Leroy, man.
Ooh.
The aura.
Where's the glow, master?
Moses had that aura.
It says, wisdom maketh a man face to shine.
Yep.
You know,
And it says, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
and that links with Isaiah. They shall run to and fro, and shall not be weary. You know,
Water, bro.
Yep.
they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. We was watching Avatar a little bit. He was flying.
You on Netflix?
Yep.
That's fire.
He was flying, man. Brothers gonna be out here literally flying.
Man.
Moving earth,
Yeah.
fire, water. Crazy.
Oh, Solomon had that operation of the elements.
That's right.
You know, it's gonna be given up to the elect. You know?
Verse 8, and it says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. And the Lord shall...
Society will be ran beautifully.
That's right.
All right, it's gonna the norm of society under the rulership, starting with Yahweh Shai, King David, because y'all brothers know King David will be ruling in the kingdom, because the covenant of salt, right? The house of David. So when society, the way, hey, listen, look, like right now, the woman calls the cops on the man. In our kingdom, the man gonna call the cops on the woman.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because she's gonna be being a demon.
Yep.
So that we're gonna have laws instituted, might create a slap room. Like there's gonna be things.
Yep.
There's gonna be things to bring order.
Yeah.
We need order.
Yeah.
You know?
That's over there now in parts of the Middle East. Like that black truck driver went over there yelling and shit about
Yep.
something about a rental car.
Yep.
They locked her ass.
Good.
Can't
Yeah.
do that shit over there.
No.
Disrespecting
Yep.
men like that.
So adultery will be handled correctly,
right.
Swiftly.
swiftly.
Yes.
You know, and if the child is born, there'll be a way that the man will know that she cheated. Because remember, there's a law about jealousy.
Yeah.
And you would have the woman drink basically a tonic from the temple, which was the ashes on the ground, the priest. And then if her stomach bloated and her thighs rotted, then
Yep.
you know she cheated. So in the kingdom, there's going to be the curses. So when, say a woman commits adultery and gets pregnant, I speak as a man, but we're going to make a way for the man to know that that child's not his.
Yep.
A spiritual paternity test. And then what's going to happen is after she birthed that child, she's going to die. Then the man that committed it, he's going to be brought forth. He's going to die. And then the family of the man's going to have to raise that child, but that family will have shame because they're raising a child out of what they call like wedlock.
Yep, a bastard child.
So they're going to be like, hell nah.
That's righteous judgment.
Right. So we're going to have heathens are going to stand up for our laws against their own family.
So that's like Acts 5.
Right.
So that's going to drop.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What they say, start at the home.
Yep.
Train the child up.
Yep.
You got to teach her better than that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 9, and it says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
Some trust in chariots,
Horses.
horses, but I will trust in the name of the Lord.
That's right.
So we got to trust in the name, you know?
And it says,
And we gotta manifest. You gotta say, Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're with me.
right, right.
Run out there. That's what you gotta do, that leap of faith.
That's right.
You know? That's what you gotta do. And Satan even used Yahweh Shai's faith against him. He said, why don't you jump? So you can't tempt the Lord.
Yeah.
But he was tempting Yahweh Shai because of his faith.
Yep.
See? So Satan will come at you if you're faithless,
Yep.
or Satan will try to tempt you if you're faithful. You know?
And that's one thing too. I believe the scriptures say that is power in the tongue. You know, so you gotta speak victory into
Like
existence.
that.
Yeah, you gotta speak it.
Right,
You
because
know?
this world, they call it manifesting. We're actually speaking things into existence
Right.
right now. We're actually, the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we're just speaking it into existence.
That's the spirit, because the brother from North Carolina was going into that today about frequencies of spirit prayer.
Oh yeah, that's real, man. Back in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, and it says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And with that, we're going to end it. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash.
giving double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.